Well, because I was doing it myself, I had to, I had to figure it out. Like, I didn't really have a process, you know what I mean? So, the difference was now, instead of, you make a beat for somebody and you take from there, it's easier. Now I'm like going, oh, I just killed myself to make this track. Now I gotta, like, pick myself up and go make the actual right lyrics to it, too. So, a lot of it was, stockpiling tracks. Like, I kept stockpiling tracks. I would just make beats constantly making beats, just not stopping. So then I would go back and go, oh, I really like this beat. You know, like if it makes me write immediately, I usually know it's gonna be a good song. But sometimes I would do a track. Actually, a lot of times I would do a track, and then I would sit on it and I would obsess over it, and then I would go, I think I can make that beat better. Like some songs literally went through 4 different versions of it.
Really?
Yeah, easily 4. Some were 5 or 6 versions.
Really?
Because I just kept going, okay, how do I make this better? Maybe if I tweak the snare. Maybe if I put this here. Maybe, let me see what my bass player adds. Let me see what Liquid adds. You know what I mean? All these different things to finally get it to where I felt like I can't make this any better. So, but the main process would be like do a basic track in Reason on my laptop. Then I would listen back and go, okay, do I like the bass line? If I don't like the bass line, I go to my bass player and say, okay, what can you add to this? Then I listen to what he would do and go, okay, that's pretty cool. I think I like my original bass line better. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Or go to Liquid and go, hey, what can you add here? And then sometimes he would do something. I was like, hey dude, I was messing with it again. You think you go back and add a chord here? You know, like he would be like, look, I know. Like the third time I called him, he's like, I know, just get it, send me the track.
Aww.
So, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, I know, you changed it again, didn't you? So, same with him, same with working with like Pete Stewart.
Yeah.
Like he would be able to finish off the guitar ideas,
okay.
Stuff like that. They were all based on real stories, real letters, but I didn't want to take one letter and just exploit it. So I was like, well, let me take kind of a cross-section of a lot of the letters. Like, it's really like, if you were to go read my letters, that would be a cross-section.
I believe it.
But I wanted it to show all different types of kids. You know, like the good church girl to the non-kid church kid to the semi-church kid, you know, and everything in between. And I actually then, to kind of finish it off, actually had actual fans are the voices on there. And 4 of the kids at the end are in my, I have a hip-hop production class I teach at my church.
Really?
So yeah, it was like a culmination of putting them on it to talk and to add those parts. So, it was my way of like addressing those things without having to come out and go, cutting's wrong, cutting's bad, don't do cutting, it'll make you sad, you know, like something like that, you know what I mean? You know, it was a way of going like, here's an example, and then the kids sound like, yeah, that's me.
Right.
So that was it. Yeah. It wasn't hard because it was everything I wanted to say.
Right.
It was hard because I thought, this is like ammunition for everybody that doesn't like me, you know? Because see, I told you he was that way, you know what I mean? The original idea of the song was, it was going to be called No Regrets, because it was talking about all the things I regretted.
Right.
But saying, well, I don't regret it anymore because God, you know. But the hook just didn't work. And so that's when I flipped it to, can I be honest? Because honestly, a lot of it, whether it's you take it away or not, but a lot of it has to do with the Christian music industry. It was my way of saying, not even just that, but the church, we are so geared towards making everything look perfect. You know? We're so geared towards this, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great, praise God, how about you? Yeah, I'm just blessed, man. And going home and your life is messed. You know? And I think too, like, I think fans could, the fans were able to go, man, that's everything I wanted to say, but I can't say it. You know? So it's like, you know, and I've always been kind of transparent, but I figured, you know what, it's time to go, like, because the yearbook was about seeing the last year of my life, that's what, you know, finally getting to the point where I can go, yeah, I feel like I can open this up, and people will still, like, respect you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, that was what it was. Well, originally that was going to be the name of the record.
Can I be honest?
It was going to be called Honest. And I played the song for my pastor, and he said, you know, he kind of gave me some, I originally had a different title for the record, and I played him that song, and he said, you really should call the record Honest, because that's what you're being. I mean, he talked about being a pastor and opening up that little part of you that nobody wants to see, and there's power in that. But then the yearbook just Kevin, for me, like Kevin, we toured together on the Cutlass tour. So like he's just a cool, he's like a country boy, man. He's like a country boy from Knoxville. And I just always appreciated him. He's a sweet guy. He was fun. We went running one time on tour, and I just like ditched him in the background. We always had that special moment. So the original idea was that Aaron was going to produce the rock stuff on the record, and I was just going to produce the hip hop stuff. And then Aaron had some family problems. His wife had some health problems in a pregnancy, so it was looking like he wasn't going to do anything on the album. And so I was getting desperate. Crap. And I actually, it was kind of funny, because I figured nobody would think I'd be able to produce a rock song, I produced the track. I actually did the track. And I told him Aaron did it. I lied to everybody.
Oh my God.
Because I wanted an honest opinion.
Right. That's cool.
So I said, what do you think? I got this track from Aaron, guys. What do you think about this? And then it was like, this is amazing. This is the best song on your record. I was like, you liars. I did it. You wouldn't believe me if I did it. I just proved it. Now you're stuck. You can't say anything. And so then when I was done with the song, I was like, I could just really hear it. I just heard Kevin on it.
Yeah.
Hear the musical difference between, me producing a rock song and Aaron producing a rock song. What Aaron did was he had the music for me, and he gave it to Toby, and they were like, Toby's a big fan of yours, and I'm like, for real? Yeah, he's a big fan. You guys should do a song together. Do a song with Toby from Emery. I'm like, emo and hip hop? I could maybe see Kevin like that made a little sense, but emo and hip hop. And we never talked on the phone ever. It was all through instant messenger. We just chatted. Like Toby was like, hey man, I got a couple song ideas. And he would like he went to lunch and ate lunch and came back and like demoed some in GarageBand. I said, number 2 sounds great, and then he went and cut it, and we were done. Like, that was it. Like, it was that simple. It's funny because rock guys are the easiest ones to work with. I'm serious. Like, the guys that deserve to be divas and deserve to have big heads and to be a pain are the easiest people to work with. Whereas the rappers, who have no right to think that they're anybody, are the single-handed hardest people to work with. It really makes no sense. But I'm telling you, Kevin was this, just came in all nonchalant, came in the studio, did his little thing, boom, he's done. And honestly, the thing with Emery, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. Like, even when I got the song done, I was like, this is like so far extreme. He's screaming, like, he's screaming on a rap record. Like, I was like, I really had some doubts, and I was like, we've got to take one of these songs off. I said, I don't care if you take my song off with Kevin, just take one of these rock songs off, because it's too much rock on the record. And they're like, no, they're like, it's cool, the kids are going to like it, they're going to really like it. I'm like, kids are going to hate me. I really was like that.
Really?
I was like, they're going to hate this song. They're going to hate me, and they're going to hate the song. And it's like the best single I've had out the gate.
That's awesome.
It's literally the best rock single I've had. Best single I've had. It might be a #1 rock single.
That's awesome.
It makes no sense. I was like, and even the hip hop heads were like, yeah man, I'm feeling the Emery stuff, man. Yeah man, you got that CD with you? I'm like,
oh my God.
Nothing makes sense anymore. So.